Hello everybody and welcome to day 8 of my Vlogmas series. Today I'm going to be setting up my teacher planner for the week of the 7th to the 11th of December. This is actually a B5 notebook from Wilkinson's. I've got a whole video explaining how I set this up, so I'll link that above. And now I'm going to get ready for the current week. So I use a vertical layout and I draw it out with my Simply Gilded gel pen. Or kind of any biro that I have to hand, really. So I just draw out the 5 days that I'm actually in school. I'm kind of using the dot grid to a guide, and just draw columns. I like seeing my day kind of like chronological down the page, which is why a lot of teacher planners that are pre-printed are actually more of a horizontal thing, and I just can't get down with that. So yeah, my teacher day is split up into 5 periods, although morning form time is practically an hour, so it could be class of 6. And due to the coronavirus, all of our days look very similar, apart from Fridays when the kids only have 4 periods a day, and then the period 5 is actually a teacher session. So we do we have meetings and things. So yeah, so this is what my basic structure looks like. My pen is running out. I've been using this pen for a while. So yeah. Okay, so I always put time at the beginning for morning. This just helps me with anything that I need to do before I have to go get my form, because I have about 45 minutes before I need to go get them when I get into school. Sometimes an hour, depending on traffic. And then I have my morning form time. Morning form actually stays quite regimented, so there's not a lot of stuff that I do in that form. Obviously I do a lot in that form time, but it's very prescripted for me, so I don't have to worry about making notes about what I want to do and say in each of those days. So I just give it a line, and then each of my periods are 4 boxes deep, and this allows me to jot anything down that I need to remember about that lesson. Then we have period 1 period, then we have break time. So for break I just use a little a single line, and then we have 2 periods after break. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 2. Then I have lunchtime, and then form time, and then other years have form time and then lunchtime, so that none of the kids are actually mixing outside of their year group. And then we have 2 periods in the afternoon. I generally don't have anything that I need to do after school. And if I do, it's generally a thought of that time rather than me having to write something out and you must make sure you get this done in the afternoon. If there is like a meeting or something, I normally do an extended box down into this area, which in all fairness, I have to do for Thursday because we actually have parents' evening. So I'm going to take up those final 4 spaces for after school for parents' evening. Okay, and then a colour code. And this is where my mildliners come in. So each class and session has its own colour. So I'm going to do form time first. I'm actually in a navy house, so I'm going to use this dark blue to mark my form. So my form is Year 7 Navy. And each of these boxes is about 2 widths of the mildliners. So there we go. And then form time in the afternoon. Over the lines. Generally, if I let my Simply Gilded gel pen dry, my pens don't smear. But I have to be patient for that, and I'm not very. Next up, I have my smoke blue. That is my year 9 class, and I just have one of my year 9 classes. I just have once this week. All of my year 9 classes are turquoise in colour, so all the turquoise colours, or the teal, the greeny blues, are used for year 9. Then I have, so the the fluorescent green, which I think is more like a teal, turquoise colour. That's for my other year 9 class, which I have them this day. I have them last thing on Thursday, and then I have them just before lunch on Friday. This is actually my last lesson before Christmas with these guys. So I only see them on week B. And then the last turquoise colour is the summer green one, and that is for my other final year 9 class. I have 3 year 9 classes, and I get just see them once this week. So there we have my greeny blue classes for year 9. I'm going to go with my year 7 classes. So I actually use the fluorescent yellow for one of the year 7 classes, because the year 7 classes are green. And it kind of comes out as like a greenish colour, and this is to mark my 1 year 7 class. I have 3 year 7 classes, so I had to be a bit creative with my greens. And then I always forget which one. Yeah, then I use the actual green, mild green, for my other year 7 class, which I see twice this week. I see Monday, and I see Thursday morning, so I highlight the top line and then draw a barrier around it, and then I don't see my other year 7 class, which I would have been using the citrus green for, but I don't see them this week. Okay, yeah, so then let's go to year 8. So year 8 is blue, and I see 1 class, so this is the fluorescent blue. I see 1 class this day. And then I see the other class, so I use the cyan blue. I see them twice this week. See them on Tuesday afternoon and then Friday morning. I only see this class week B, which is why they have 2 lessons. My other class has more than one. Okay, then we'll move. I don't teach any year 10, so I don't have to worry about that. And year 11 is the lilac colour, and I see them, I think it's period 3. Yeah, period 3 on Thursday, so just before their form time. So thankfully I didn't have to take them down to lunch. And like year 9. And I also see them period 4 on Friday, which is never a good lesson. I really struggle, but it is my last lesson that I'll see them this week, because next week I won't see them because Thursday is a non-curriculum day, and Friday I would see them. Oh, I may see them on Friday, but I'm not sure. But it's their last day of term, so they're not going to be in any sort of mood to be learning about biology. So that's year 11. Then year 12, I just have the 1 class, and year 12 actually are doing exams, so I don't actually have a lesson. So I'm just going to do a hash because they're actually in assessments, and I am invigilating. I think this day it is a maths exam, and then on Wednesday, when I don't have them, I think it's English. I think that's what's right. Although that time, I think I'm actually off the hook, as it were. I don't think I am invigilating that time there. So we'll see. Because I think they have their lunch then. So I have exam in the morning, break, and then an exam in the afternoon. So we'll see. Yeah. And then I have two, yeah, this is kind of like a dark purple, the lavender colour. I think that's what it's called. Yeah. And then year 13, my final years are pink. So I've got the two pinks here. The magenta, oh no, the fuchsia is my one class that I see first thing Monday morning, or have seen by the time you watch this video. And then I see them on Tuesday. And now I'm smudging because there's a pool of ink there, but that's okay. There we go. So that's year 13. Well, one of my year 13s. And then my other year 13 I see Wednesday morning. Okay. Okay, so there we go. So that is all my teaching periods then. I do have some time. I have PPA time, which I always use yellow for because it kind of is bright and highlights it for me. And yeah, so I have 2 PPA sessions this week, which isn't a lot, but then I do have time with year 12. Thankfully, the way that we plan our lessons, it means that I look after year 7 and get everything sorted, and then all the other lessons are done by other members of our team, which means that the lessons are all pretty much planned. It just means that we just have to deliver it, which is awesome. And then I do have my, I'm trying to find my colour. There we go. Oh, there we go. I do have a cover slot this day, so I potentially am free Thursday period 2, but I could also be looking after another class if a teacher isn't here. And despite the pandemic, actually, we've not had that many instances of staff being off, which is kind of amazing. Now I do have duty period at break time in year 7, so I'm going to highlight that in my red. This is vermilion because it's like red is like I have to do something and during my free time. I say free time, like break time, which I then colour in yellow in the gold colour. Because it's kind of like PPA time, it's time for myself, but I really should be working. It should be having a break and eating lunch for, I think break is 10 minutes and lunch is 30. Whereas the cover is a potential, like I may have time to myself. That's up to me. So then, all that's left is the meetings. So Monday morning I have team bio meeting. So for team bio I use the coral pink because it's pretty, and we are a team of girls. But it's one of the other colours that we got left. That's that. And then I have a mental meeting. I believe, yeah. I have a mental meeting on Wednesday morning, so I use the apricot colour for that. Anything to do with training my ITE students, etc. There we go. And then I have a year 7 meeting on Friday morning, so I'm just going to use the blue because that helps with year 7, and it's to do with my form rather than my classes that I teach. And that's normally just for half a session, and then I have a bit of time afterwards. For the morning sessions I use grey because I don't know, it's kind of PPA time, but I don't want to use yellow, so I just use grey to kind of block out that time that I have. And it always varies because if there's traffic and I don't get into school on time, like one day I was in a massive traffic jam for half an hour and that wiped out my time for my mental meeting, which really sucked. But yeah, there we have that. And then the meeting this afternoon is a co-coaching meeting, and I use Mango for that. So kind of meetings are kind of orangey, in the orangey peach zone. So there we have it. Now for parents' evening, I don't think I marked it when we had parents' evening before. I don't think I put it on my calendar, which isn't great. I should have probably done that. So it is year 11 parents' evening, so I'm tempted to use the lilac. As I only have one class, but then, yeah, I suppose I would have used pink for my other one because it was year 13. So there we have it. That is my week set up for colour. I think the only colours I don't use are dark grey and brown. Dark grey I use for inset days for the meetings that we have. And then the fluorescent orange doesn't get used either. But yeah, I think every other colour gets a spot on my board. So yeah, so doing the days then. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then Friday. So then I would put like the class name and then what I was doing, and then if my ITE student is having a go, then I'll write his name down. And yeah, kind of how I would do it. And then in the middle I'd write, so we're doing adrenaline. Well, we would have done adrenaline and muscle structure. And here we would finish like, or muscle action. And it'll be the same for the other year 11 group. Adrenaline. Can't spell it. Muscle structure. And they have 3 lessons. Oh no, they have 2 lessons next week. So I have to do muscle action next week and hope that they get it in the double period, which they should do. It should be fun. But yeah, so that's how I kind of would work it. If I have cover, I would put the class there. And I think that's it really. So that's kind of how my week would look. I do need to put that it is December. That it is week 14, and it is week B. There we go. And that's my planner set up. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. It's kind of, I have shown my setup in my planner in a previous video, but I just thought I'd bring it out and show you again how I would set up for my week in my teacher planner. You can kind of see the kind of things that I put in. That's pretty much it. I don't really go into much detail. All of that detail is in kind of my lesson plans, which are online. I don't need to worry so much about that. So yeah, this is my week for the 7th to the 13th. 11th of December. I would normally write the date there. But yeah, so thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more of my planning in different planners and lots of other goodies, then please subscribe, and I will see you tomorrow for another video. Bye guys.